Hey, what's up, y'all? Today I'm gonna be breaking down how I make. I don't really know what kind of beat to call this. I want to say plug. It's something I made in the style of Lucky, so I'll show you all the preview beat right now.
Kale, this shit is trash.
Now you see, maybe you could hear why I kind of don't really know what to call it. Lucky is probably my favorite rapper of all time. His music is always the top of my Spotify Wrapped, so it's very difficult for me to make beats in the style of Lucky because his music holds so much emotional weight for me. But whenever I have an artist like that, I just pretend as if I'm in the studio with them and they say, cook whatever you want, I'll get on it. So I cook something that I think they would sound cool on. So that was kind of my direction for this one. But enough talking, let's get to the breakdown. So first we'll start off with melody. And I started off with this Serum pad. And they're playing pretty simple chords. I'll play that. And I sound designed this one from scratch for this one because I just wanted a buzzy sort of pad sound. I was kind of basing it off of the pad that's in Lucky's No Walk. So I used the quantized on an analog BD sign, and then I quantized this as well just to give it a little bit of buzz. And then I added a tiny bit of detune just to add a little bit more texture, color. And then this glass lid, but you can't really hear it. And then next up, I added this E piano. It's just a basic DX7. It's the preset that you get when you load up the plugin at first. And basically all that's doing is just adding sevenths and ninths onto the chords that I did on the pad and adding a little bit of bounce with these little parts. It just adds a cool little texture. And then next were these two melodies. So I kind of made them play off of each other. They're both playing the same rhythmic motif, but they're playing on two different sounds and slightly different notes, so I'll play that as like an example of what I mean. So you see how they're kind of playing in the same rhythm, but they're different notes. I just thought it was cool. It was a nice little call and response. And then the sounds for those this one was just a basic DX7 organ. I can open that up. And then this one was just this lead sound. I sound designed in like 2 seconds. It's really basic. And then last but not least, these dire bells from the DX7. And then I just reduced the time a little bit on these ones. And I'll play that right now. So pretty simple. I just reduced the time a little bit so the reverb wasn't going forever. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the melody. There's not much to do with mixing on the melody, just chorus on the E piano, a little bit of plate reverb on the organ, and then that's it. There's a little bit of compression on the melody bus, and then just EQ cutting some frequencies I don't like. All right, now onto the drums. Okay, so for the drums, I'll just play the pattern in full and then break it down. Alright, So all of these drum sounds are from my Syrup Sipper drum kit, dropping very soon. If I get like any comments, I'll send it to someone because it's not quite finished yet, but every sound in this kit is completely sound designed from scratch, like completely from Serum, from just a basic init preset. And that's because I wanted new drum sounds. I didn't want to just give out the same distorted spins 808 that everybody gives out. Anyways, here are the drum sounds. So you got a basic open hi-hat, then just regular hi-hat. Just feel out the bounce. I'd recommend, I know this sounds weird, but doing it with your mouth.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Pause. And that pattern stays for the hook, and then I change the pattern up a little bit for the verse. Just to add a little bit of variation. Then I have this cool snare bounce between the golf snare and the machine snare from my Syrup Sipper kit. And see, it sounds kind of weird by itself, but with everything it sounds pretty cool. And then last but not least, you have the 808, which is the main 808 from the Syrup Sipper kit. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Besides, added this EQ. It's not doing anything to the hi-hat. For the Syrup Sipper drum kit, I made sure you don't really have to mix it much, besides maybe like a tiny bit of compression. But yeah, as you can see on here, no mixing was needed. I just put everything to a bus just to make it easier for gain staging and stuff like that. And yeah, that's it. Okay, now on to arrangement. As for arrangement, I did my typical like hook, and then next was the verse, and then next was this like little bridge pre-chorus kind of thing, and then leading into the loop over and over again. And what I did to differentiate the hook and the verse is I took out some of the high notes on the E piano. So as you can see, I'll play the hook's piano first, and then I'll play the verse piano. And then the verse piano. So as y'all can hear, I just took out a little bit high notes. You don't need to change much between the hook and the verse, just make it slightly different so you don't notice it consciously but subconsciously, if that makes sense. And yeah, that's pretty much it, besides the little risers that I add, which are Kill Nathan Beats risers, and then this little video game impact I made, which differentiates each part of the song. Yeah. And this doesn't really have to do with the video, but this is just production in general and little tips and advice. But if you want to find your own sound, I would suggest making your own sound sometimes. You don't have to go all out like I'm doing in this beat and make basically 90% of the sounds in the beat from scratch, but just make a few sounds for yourself, and you'll find that you'll slowly start to find what your niche is and what you like and what you don't like, and that knowledge will be able to transfer over to other VSTs, and you'll be able to use that and change sounds that like you kind of like, but you want to change one thing but you can't figure out how. It's really useful. So if you have Serum or Vital or something like that, definitely learn some sound design. Anyways, thank y'all for watching the video. Subscribe, turn post notifications on, or whatever the hell. I'll be sending a demo kit of the Syrup Sipper drum kit to anybody. If anybody comments, I'll send it to a few people. And yeah, here's the final beat. Thanks for watching.
Kale, this shit is trash.